at how global trade and global transport is developing, the feminisation of the labour force is a key factor.
We have never seen a woman ITF inspector. Or I say, yeah, this is the beginning of women to be inspectors.
And I think for all workers, and in particular for women workers, that trade unions are the only way forward.
أنا مش محسسة أولادي إن أنا مهمشة وإني أنا نقابية وبجيب حقوقي وحقوق زمايلي وحقوق العمال. والمجال النقابي اداني فرصتي والحمد لله أنا دلوقتي بقيت قوية.
So women are trying to come back. They don't want to be the women who used to sit in the kitchen.
Yeah. In fact, our union is the best in Africa. They really work.
We're going to celebrate that in the last 4 years, women transport workers in the ITF have made gains. We've got more women now into jobs like driving, into the docks, where traditionally they haven't had access to those jobs. We've got more women in the logistics, the call centres, in cleaning, in those key jobs in supply chains.
Nowadays, all we need is that the women have to get the equality as the other men do. For the women, it's good when they take the priority. They also have to work hard, yeah? So that we are equivalent to the men. Whatever the men do, we can also do.
My feelings of being a first African inspector, I feel happy to open a way for other women to be inspectors. This is the beginning of women to be inspectors. And I'm not going to be alone in this. I hope so this 2014 we might get more women in ITF inspectorate. Yes.
The involvement of women transport workers in the workplace and in their unions proves everywhere in the world where it's happened that it's for the good and it's for the better of society. I would always say to a woman, join a trade union. Don't be on your own, be part of that organisation.
Just a June.
I think women transport workers, particularly in the Arab world at the moment, but all over the world, have led the way with strength, tenacity and courage, and it's absolutely essential that they are part of the next steps.
أيوة نعم. هو التحرش لفظي كمان وتحرش معنوي مش لازم يكون جنسي، على أساس إن هم باصين إن الست ضعيفة وما تقدرش تعمل حاجة. ست قوية وتقدر تحمي نفسها وتقدر تنزل مجال عملها وهي زيها زي الراجل. أنا مش هقول أكتر من الراجل لأن إحنا متساويين، الراجل زي المرأة في كل المجالات.
لما بتروحي بعد كده تخرجي تقرري إنك أنتي تدرسي الطيران، ما بتبقيش حاسة إنه ده مكانك الطبيعي في المجتمع، أو المجتمع ما بيحسسكيش إن ده مكانك الطبيعي، فأنتي بتبقي حاجة قد. تالت حاجة لما بتخرجي بقى لمجال عملك عشان تثبتي انك انتي كفء او في المكان الصح، بتأدي تقريبا مجهود مضاعف عن اي حد علشان ما يتقالش في الاخر ما ايوه علشان هي ست.
I think that the violence work that our unions have been taking, have been part of, both through on the shop floor in collective bargaining negotiations to ensure that violence against women transport workers, and in fact all workers, is taken up, through to we've been able to make some significant gains with governments to actually put into place better legislation to protect women in the workplace and to protect women from violence. But what I would say is you can have all the legislation you want, we can have all the gains that we want, but unless we've got strong unions who can implement and have power and can really push governments, push employers, then the gains that we've made over the last 4 years will be difficult to maintain. We have to go out and organise more women into our unions, and we actually have to open up our unions. And that is a struggle sometimes for affiliates, for some of our unions, to allow women in to take leadership positions.
We are being given second priority
Men see us as a threat. When you come at night shift, there is 15%. They do the night shift alone. They don't want us to come for night shift. Those are the challenges we are getting. And there are sometimes when we go for maternity, when we come, we are a little bit weak. They don't want to understand you are weak. They're telling you, get into action. The union is trying very much to protect the women workers. The situation for Kenyan women, it's a tough one because they believe, like the African culture, they believe as long as you're a woman, your place is in the kitchen. Yeah. You're supposed to get married, have babies and stay there. But thanks to the global change, we are getting that difference. Slowly by slowly we're picking up.
We used to have so many discrimination between us ladies, but right now we have the strong union, dog workers union. They are the ones who protect ladies as technicians and artisans.
Yeah. In fact, our union is the best in Africa. They really work.
One of the very important things that we found through organising women is to provide places and spaces where women can talk about issues that really matter to them at the workplace. Quite personal matters can be discussed. So that can be issues of sexual harassment, reproductive health, access to a toilet. All of those issues are absolutely critical and affect women's lives day in and day out. And it can seem quite minor, but it isn't. The issue of uniforms and women being given inappropriate uniforms, the safety equipment, oh, you'll wear the men's ones, and the fact you have to roll up the sleeves or stuff paper into the toes of the shoes means that you're firstly feeling like a second-class citizen, but secondly, that your safety, your needs are not being properly met.
The union is with us. They make sure we're under the conducive environment. They make sure we are given the safety gears, like the helmet, the shoes, female shoes, clothes that fit us as per our body structures. You see, like now she's putting on a dust coat that fits her, and me an overall that fits me. So they are the ones who make sure of that.
We get everything.
Get everything.
One of the best campaigns we've run in the ITF in the last 18 months is a campaign in Papua New Guinea with women organisers, bringing women in the canneries workers into the global trade union movement. And I think examples like that are the way forward for trade unions. We also have got a whole increase, an upturn in women leaders who are coming through, both elected, but also we've had a very powerful programme to support the development of women trade union leaders with our affiliates.
Realmente ahora la mujer ha despertado un poco más hacia la parte del sindicalismo y le ha tocado luchar. Las mujeres que estamos en la parte directiva, las mujeres que estamos practicando activamente el sindicalismo, nos toca luchar mucho por la mentalidad de los hombres, ¿no? Porque piensan que no tenemos la capacidad para hacerlo. Entonces, creo que se han abierto más espacios, creo que se están dando cuenta que la mujer sí es capaz, pero no es tan fácil, para la mujer no es fácil. Hoy hay más, pero no quiere decir que sea fácil el camino.
You can't see women's equality as a straight line, always moving in one direction. It's a bit of a windy road, and sometimes those bends take you backwards as well as forwards. But overall, the march is forwards, and overall, the march is for equality. And overall, that struggle is building on itself and moving forward, but that can't be taken for granted. And that's where I say it's about organising women, but it's also about men supporting that struggle. Because I tell you, when there's more of you saying the same thing, when there's men arguing with men about tackling discrimination, as well as women taking up that struggle, it makes you a lot stronger and it advances things a lot further.
They should forget the issues of culture, the issue of discrimination, and join the men in building the unions in the country. And they should give themselves up for positions. They should give themselves up for training.
We need to go out, and we will, and we are, and all of the sisters in that room are organising and bringing women into transport unions.
So we have to recruit women, more women in our unions. We make women know that union is good and union has its own goodness.
And this isn't about women transport workers organising women and leading the movement by themselves. It is hand in hand with our brothers, in partnership with our brothers. That's the task.
We need to encourage one another. When you encourage one another, you become strong. You say, I'm a woman, but I need to work. I need to do this job. I need to do that job. So it is something you need to be strong. You need to assist one another.
Women! Women! Solidarity!